All right, I'm gonna wait for chat to roll in while I it's FNaF 4 time. It was inevitable. I could never escape doing a stream about this. If you don't know, FNaF 4 is probably my least favorite FNaF game. Let me get it on screen. I can't have the music playing because a lot of the classic FNaF games have copyrighted music. But hello, Solidium. Hello, Oofgang. Hello, Queens of Smiles. It's FNaF 4 time. I don't like this game, man. Hi, Sonic Addict. Hi, Tito. Welcome to the chat. So, my next video is about FNAF 4, largely. It has a lot of FNAF 4 in it. Uh, Hello, Julian. Hello, Floop Loops. Hello, Dresdums. Yeah, it's the fourth one. Yeah, hi, Nimbus. Welcome. This is the one I don't like. The one I don't have fun with. Oh yeah, Dean. Sorry. Uh, Looks like everything's working. Just gonna get into it. This is supposed to be mostly B-roll. Hello, Fredbear. Psychic Run Fredbear. What did he do this time? He locked you in your room again. Don't be scared. I am here with you. These are my friends. Tomorrow is another day. Dittophobia didn't really affect my feelings on FNAF 4. A lot of the issues I've had with FNAF 4 have been there forever. Yeah, I do kind of agree that it feels like maybe not a retcon is the way I would word it for everything in FNAF 4. But I feel like FNAF 4 has been the subject to the most fuckery wuckery of the FNAF games. I think the game holds back on you before it starts really doing things. It's one thing I've never liked, and this is just like a fat finger thing. I've never liked shift being the closed door button. I also hate the audio balancing in this game. I do not like the way sounds are weighted. Like, I can barely hear the click of the flashlight. Some sounds feel really quiet. And I have this on 20 volume. And, like, the ambience is really fucking loud in this game. So the first nights are usually not that bad. I feel like there's two routes that FNAF 4 was stuck with. I feel like it was either something like Dream Theory or a very early version of what will become Bite Victim Happiest Day that was just poorly managed and explained. I can't check that at. I can't even comment on one of the things I don't like is You can't comment on this game because you fucking have to hear all the stupid minute sound effects. I'm not going to play Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 because I've already watched videos on it. I don't really... I have nothing against Poppy as a series. In fact, I quite liked what I saw of Chapter 3. I just have, like, nothing to say on it. And it's not... It's one of those I want to watch it. I don't really want to play it, you know? Happy birthday, Noof Gang. Okay, so this is one of the points. I want to make in the video. Hi, phone guy. I have a lot of trouble discerning the sound effects in this game. It is very hard for me to tell what the game wants from me sometimes. Oh, hi, Ivy Drip. The breathing for me sometimes just completely blends in with everything else. And this is like the turned up audio version of the game. Like, this ambience is so fucking loud compared to the rest of the game. And I've never enjoyed that about FNaF 4. And the worst part is I know what the breathing's supposed to sound like. I just... Because there's like a lull in the audio file, it just does not, like, I just don't hear it sometimes. When the... Okay, there we go. Is this before or during FNaF 0? I'd say before FNaF 0. Yeah, that was a good first night. You know he's hiding in. These are my friends. Sometimes I kind of wonder if there's like one thing we never saw in this game. But there never is. It's like, you would think with the game establishing the bite victim interacting with some like objects and scenery, there would be like a hidden dialogue prompt that just is not commonly talked about. But there isn't, man. Oh, get ready. Hey, I did it. Time to die right away and lose all of that benefit. God, I don't like this. It's not even that scary. It's just like I've been through the ringer with this game so many times. Okay, Foxy doesn't start in it. There's so many cool ideas in this game, and that's part of what the video is about, is the idea that there's cool concepts, but I don't like how they're executed. And it just isn't very fun. For me, at least. Like, I really like that moment visually, but it's the only moment they have, you know? Can't even say anything. There's, like, nothing I can add to this. No wonder everyone thought FNaF was dead when this came out. It's also the least fun game to watch because no one says anything. You know? Like, what the fuck is there to say about this one? I do like Fun Plus Trap, though. That's probably... Hi, Foxy. Took you long enough to do something. Hey. Okay. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator has a lot of the same problems. The thing is, it has a second half of the game for me to enjoy when the night sections suck. This is the game. What you just saw of me not talking and running back between the same 3 spots over and over again, that's all this game is and ever will be. Until night 5. Now, there is fun with Plush Trap, but that's one pretty cool minigame between a lot of the same shit. You know, So, fun fact, someone once told me that the crying child stops crying when you go near William. This is obviously not true. I just wanted to show that off because I've seen that statement made a few times. Or not a few times, just once, actually. It wasn't like a recurring thing. I just wanted to prove it wrong there. Also, gotta love how, like, Mike and the crying child don't wear sleeves on their shirt. Gotcha. Maybe I do wonder if Scott will make a game about the original Freddy Fazbear's in 1985. I kind of wonder if that's in a way what Into the Pit is trying to be. That one still gets me. Foxy's the best damn fucking part of this game. He's like the only part of this game that still scares me. There we go. I don't know why they fucking breathe. Like, Foxy and Plushtrap and Fredbear, to an extent Nightmare, but Nightmare is kind of a... Nightmare, other than his jump scare, is really just playing... Like, he's a little less surprising, because it's like, oh, color palette. Oh, okay, he's just Fredbear again. But harder. Yeah, okay, this one just wants me to explore. It's interesting you can go back and forth, but there's no purpose to it. Where's your plush toy? Mine is Spring Bonnie. My daddy says I have to be careful with him or else I'll pinch my finger. He's a finger trap, he says. This is like the most weirdly formal text in like a lot of FNAF. He is a finger trap, he says. Like, textbook. Kindergarten. Maybe it works. It is supposed to be like a little kid. Do you talk again if I run into you? No. I'm just going to overlap your... I am you now. I have overlaid your existence. I gotta make my fun somehow in this game. Also, ever notice... how the crying child's hair turns black for a few frames during his animation? Or not the full hair, by the way, mind you, like just the top. It's supposed to be pure brown, and like as you can see in all of his moving sprites, but his crying animation, I think Scott just shifted him down a little, or something weird's going on because it just become like that's not part of the scan lines. That's just visual jank. It's like it's a button we're pressing down or like pulling up. I will get the Fredbear and Friends Easter egg. You better watch out. I hear they come to life at night. And if you die, they hide your body and never tell anyone. Why do you look so worried? See you at the party. Fredbear, you got anything to say on that? I've just been bullied and harassed by this pigtailed girl. Dude, this guy's animation frame rate is so fast. Aren't you the kid who always hides under the table and cries? No one else is scared, why are you? Stop being such a baby. Baby? Sister location? Can't run in the street. I'm not old enough for that, apparently. Next, hey, you. I don't have a lot of footage of you. I guess I just never recorded B-roll for her, so like every bit of footage I've recorded of her, it's kind of missing stuff. Why are you crying? Don't you like my toy collection? That's all she has to say. Also, it's one of the few times the Psychic Friend Fredbear plush, actually like follows you. Also, what the hell is the gray in the background? Like, where are we in time and space here? That figurine, half the source of dream theory, as I stand over the grass and figurines. Once again, I am on the higher plane of existence here. I'm just going to have to do a deathless run. That's the only way I can play this game at this point. Also, this is some of the only times Scott does shading in his mini games, for the most part, is on the sidewalk here and this fence post. Also, this is like the most obscure Psychic Friend Fredbear. Are you going to the party? Everyone's going to the party. Oh wait, you have to go. It's your birthday, haha. Nothing up here, by the way. We're not allowed to see up here for whatever reason. See, even this one, who's completely out in the open, has blank eyes, but a lot of them, but like that one does for whatever reason. Also, he loads in. Like, look at that. You can barely see. That's a separate sprite loading in when we go between screens. On the flower. So yeah, up here, this flower. That's funky. WD gastering this shit. Going between, like... Ambience on. Ambience off. Um, it could just be parking for Fredbear's because with someone asking about like, does this mean Afton's car is not purple? I mean, this is just down the road from Fredbear's, and Afton's car is canonically purple in FNaF 2. So, good question. This also could be Mom's car, if she exists, which is questionable. I kind of want to look at what this scene is supposed to look like without the scan lines, because I'm a little confused with the shading here with the side wall, the like the side of the road. Here's something else interesting I've noticed with FNAF 4's art style being a little inconsistent. If you notice the bite victim, he has like soft, like edging around his character design. Like it's like a little. There's a little bit of like anti-aliasing that he and a lot of the other character sprites have, but most of the environment in the game, like this car, Psychic Friend Fredbear, the grass, the dirt, the playground, it all is like fully. I'm trying to think of what the word is. It's vectorized. No, not vectorized. It's, I guess, anti-aliased. What would the? It doesn't have that little blur effect that a lot of that every character seems to have. Like Psychic Friend Fredbear does not have it, and every other thing does. Like, look at this bastard. Look how blurry the top of his hair is. I don't know if that comes across in the stream, but when you're looking at it in game, it's very noticeable. But nothing else in the game does. I think that's just Scott drawing these characters and then scaling them up a little bit to fit the environment a bit better, but it's real. Once you notice it and play the game, it's starting to get really distracting, weirdly enough. Also, seriously, why is this the only time he blinks into frame? Silly. Rasterized. Okay, so rasterized shouldn't mean. I mean, this is a side effect of rasterization, but rasterized just means like the pixels are the pixels being drawn. You know. Did I miss like my window for? Oh, there it is. Friends, 1983. I always wonder why they give you such free reign sometimes when there's nothing changing. Like, there's no reason to be able to access this room a second time. It's also, it's the Psychic Friend Fredbear's eye movement is such a weird concept because it's like, it makes sense in a lot of the context, except for why he doesn't have eyes everywhere else. Anyway, let's get scared. God, Mike is really blurry in this game. Like, it was mostly just like in the tops of hairs or like the corners of pixels. Oh yeah, Spring Bonnie also is in Fredbear and Friends 83. Yeah, there's no reason not to access it, I guess. Run, you stupid bastard. Bastard, now I have to play more of this game. I do wonder if it is like the people are blurry, but the area is real. If that's like the idea, but I think it's just Scott scaling up smaller sprites than he meant, and just drawing bigger backgrounds. So what's this, night 4? Fucking Christ. I love having my ears hurt. When I heard no movement, I assumed I was wrong and there was no Chica. But this is one of those things to the game where it's annoying when there's so little feedback sometimes. FNaF 1 kind of used that to its advantage, but it was still, you always could tell they were there. There was always an absolute way to determine if the threat was there or not. In this game, because of the sound mechanic... Fuck, I gotta turn the music down. God, I just remembered copyright. I got attacked by the KFC, yeah. It's the bird. I do think it's poorly scaled sprites, personally. Yeah, there are so many weird ideas I wonder about with FNaF 4 that just seem to have been dipped around. But like I said, what I was saying before I got sidetracked by chat, like reading chat, I know what Scott was trying to do with this game, and I think it was a really cool idea. The problem is it's really not fun. It doesn't feel like you're accurately dodging shit. It feels like, and this is part of why it should be scary, but it kind of just becomes annoying eventually, is on paper, the idea of being uncertain should keep you on edge the entire game. In practice, it just makes it feel like I got killed by bullshit, even if it wasn't bullshit. That lack of information feedback that's supposed to create tension just pisses you off sometimes. So the music, the menu music of a lot of the FNaF games was like a licensed pack music Scott used. It's actually happened with some of my streams with FNaF 2 and 1, where that is actually where it was just music people had made and Scott was able to like purchase it to use it in his games. However, I, as a streamer, have not purchased it, so it gets taken down by YouTube or demonetized or revenue shared. And this is actually the reason the FNaF port remasters in very heavy quotes, the ports of FNaF 1 through 4, 6, and all that. They have different music if it was not made by Leon Riskin, because Scott did not want to purchase it, and also it just needed original music. Okay. Pizzeria Simulator, like I said, has an entire half of the game that's great, and it has 2/3 of the game is great. I'd argue 4/5. It has the best story of any FNaF game other than 3, in my opinion. It has tons of actually fun and like silly arcadey mini games. It has great secrets across the board. The salvage mini games are fucking high tier, like a true great moment for FNaF. I still prefer the night mini games to this. Now, the night mini games have less, or the night sections have less going on than this, but I can like fairly reliably beat Pizzeria Simulator. This one, just feels like I died of random bullshit a lot of the time. And also the sound effects. So okay, let me hop into night 4 to emphasize this a little bit more. Uh, the sound effects in this game are often drowned out by the ambience, and that's intentional. That's meant to make it hard to hear, so you're like listening close. And I get that, but once again, it's frustrating. It does not. It does not feel satisfying. This ambience can never be turned down or off. From the moment this game starts, I have to hear that bell ring and the dog barking. The general ambience and music, the entire game, no stop. Uh, in Pizzeria Simulator, there is very little ambience unless you're using the fan. That's an interesting juggle and takeoff for me. That's like an interesting, like, oh, I can hear them closer if I turn off the fan, but I need the fan. I can't do that with 4. I'm stuck with this fucking bell ringing bullshit. Phone Guy's audio started the same time as Bonnie, so I couldn't hear it. I think to an extent me and once again, I don't like 6 because it has so many of the same problems. So 6 is night sections, but I like the rest of the game, whereas I don't like the rest of 4. 4 feels like it's constantly screwing me over. Whereas 6 feels like there's a game at play. Also, the audio is sometimes distorted, like... Dude, that's great when the audio is very clear. It just often isn't. Please. What the fuck? Why didn't she go away? They go away after like a few seconds. Don't get sometimes that happens.